Everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of A View from Tracy's Point, and we are here with some really quick updates on the R. Kelly case.
I'm sorry they're not all talking to each other. That frankly is shocking to me. I'm sorry they're not all talking to each other. That frankly is shocking to me.
It wasn't my intention to do a video this quick because I just did a video a couple of days ago. But I felt the need to come back and do this because in my last video, I stated that I had read in a news article that the R. Kelly hearing that was scheduled for today was not going to take place, but as it turns out, it did take place today. And I'm guessing that the article that I read that the hearing was canceled must have came from TMZ, because it doesn't look like TMZ was at the hearing this morning or knew that the hearing was going on, because they, when I heard that the hearing was taking place, TMZ wasn't reporting or saying anything. They didn't have any video up because they had been going live during the hearings on their website, but they seemed to not know that the hearing was going forward today either. But I did want to give you guys an update on that. But first, I don't know if you've heard the news, but remember about a month or so ago, R. Kelly's legal team had reached out to Tom Mesereau. He was Michael Jackson's attorney that got him acquitted when he was brought up on those false allegations. So at that time, he said that, he would be interested in joining the team, that he was currently working on some cases or had some stuff that he had to take care of. But once all of that was resolved, he would be interested in sitting down and talking to R. Kelly about his case. Well, it looks like that meeting took place either yesterday or the day before yesterday, where he and R. Kelly's attorney, the one that's handling the Heather Williams case, they went in and they met with R. Kelly, and it seems like the meeting was favorable and that he is interested in joining the team. And that's very important, because there were some things that came out in the hearing today, and those two things may line up together. So in the hearing today, we learned, first of all, R. Kelly was not there. It came out later that he had refused transport to come to the hearing. So of course that upset the judge, because the judge has made it very clear that he wants R. Kelly at every hearing.
Mr. Kelly's not here. I'm going to enter and continue this. He has to be here. All right? First of all, there's due process issues that the court deals with regarding him, and he has to be here as far as those issues are concerned.
And he was equally perturbed today because one of the things that they were going to discuss at the hearing today was that Kim Foxx has decided that she wants to increase his bonds.
Custody, being, as they call it, detained on two separate federal cases. So I don't know that there's any point to that motion at this point in time.
So she's put in a motion to increase his bond, which makes absolutely no sense, since the man is being held without bond on federal charges. And so what would be the point of her trying to get more money out of him? And what would be the point of him even agreeing to pay an additional bond? And so I was talking to one of my subscribers who has kind of turned into a friend. Hey, Miss Dottie. And so we were trying to figure out, is there a possibility that he may be able to get bond on the federal charges? And that's why Kim Foxx wants to increase the bond. Or she could just be petty, because we already know she petty. Okay, so she's just trying to get the spotlight back on her. And so a couple of videos ago, I did point out that there was a story that had came out, I think I read the story to you guys, where the person that was talking in the interview, that was being interviewed by the Chicago Tribune, I believe it was. But this person was saying that none of these agencies are talking to each other, and that it was as if they're each jockeying for position to be the one that tries the case first. And so that kind of makes sense now, and it actually came out in the hearing today that Steve Greenberg was basically saying he had never seen anything like this before.
I mean, I'm sorry they're not all talking to each other. That frankly is shocking to me.
And so it's obviously no communication going on. And so the feds, New York and Illinois, are not talking to each other. Kim Foxx's office isn't talking to the federal prosecutors. And so it is just a big mess. So I am hoping that Tom Mesereau can come aboard and kind of straighten things out, because I'm slowly being concerned about Steve Greenberg. And Steve seems to have a lot of business going on, because he keeps posting on Twitter that he just won this case and won that case. And then in the hearing today, he acknowledged that he has a hearing coming up in a few weeks that has to do with some threats or something. So I don't even want to say the word, because YouTube be flagging your channels for using certain words. So Steve obviously is busy. I think that this whole R. Kelly case is way above his capacity to handle. He probably was confident with the state charges, but then when they started piling on, talking about racketeering and all of that stuff, he probably went to Tom Mesereau and was like, please, please, please take on this case. So it'll be interesting to see if Mesereau joins the team, and it will also be interesting to see if Greenberg, Anton, Nicole Becker, if any of these people remain on the team as well. And so the judge, like I said, was adamant that he wants R. Kelly in court. He doesn't care anything about the federal charges, that until somebody says something different to him, he's moving forward with the hearings.
But my point is this, that we're proceeding ahead. Okay? I'm not going to continue the case out till November.
That was their suggestion.
No, I understand. I want this matter back before me right after Labor Day, and I'm probably going to have it back each month. Okay?
They were the prosecutors was trying to schedule the next discovery hearing or status hearing for November, and he was like, oh, hell to the no. we moving every month. We're going to have a status hearing. We're moving forward until somebody tells me that these that the Illinois charges are going on the back burner, and that the federal charges are going to supersede those. He says until that is said to him, he's moving forward as he has already planned. So the next hearing on the state charges is going to be September 17th. And then you already know he has a hearing on September 4th for the Illinois federal charges. And then there's another hearing for I think October maybe, for the New York charges. I believe his New York hearing, discovery hearing, is going to be in October. I can't remember the date. For some reason, the October 3rd is in my mind, but don't quote me on that. And so, like I said, just wanted to give you guys these quick updates and let you know that, this is what happened today. They did have court. R. Kelly wasn't there. And then there was an NBC article, and I'll just read a little bit, that they said, it says, R. Kelly refused transport and was a no-show for a court hearing. R. Kelly was a no-show in court Thursday after he, quote, refused transport from his federal jail cell to state court, prosecutors said. A routine pretrial hearing updating a judge on evidence and bond issues went on without him, but Cook County Judge Lawrence Flood wanted to know why Kelly didn't make it to court. The defendant was to be brought to court today. This was all worked out. The sheriffs were going to be bringing him over, said Cook County Assistant State Attorney Jennifer Gonzalez. As I understand it, he refused transport, and so that is why the defendant is not before Your Honor today. Defense lawyer Steve Greenberg said that's not 100% true, but declined to fully explain why his client didn't make it out of the Metropolitan Correctional Center in downtown Chicago. I don't want to discuss matters that I discussed with the U.S. Marshal Service in open court, Greenberg said. Suffice it to say, the Marshal Service says that moving Mr. Kelly is a large undertaking. And then the article goes on to say, talk about the charges that he's facing and everything. But Judge Flood says that they're going to have to work it out, and R. Kelly needs to attend his hearings. And so the hearing only lasted about 10 minutes. It may have been a little bit longer, but for the most part, this was all that they talked about. And it was kind of interesting because I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with the whole Heather Williams case. There was some chatter going on that maybe she had admitted that in her civil suit that her accusations weren't true. But I never could find any supporting document other than some like generic statement that Steve Greenberg made on Twitter. But I haven't found any articles or anything to support that she's withdrawn her motion or that, she confessed or anything like that. And I believe that the next hearing on her civil case is going to be on August 29th is when they go back to discuss the motion to dismiss that R. Kelly's attorney brought forward. But that's it for me, guys. Here is the video from the hearing today. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below, rate the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next time, I shall talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
The prosecutor is out this week and is probably going to send discovery next week. It's voluminous.
What's the state's position here as far as these cases are concerned, these matters?
We are still proceeding right now. We have victims charged under our indictments that are not related to the federal indictment.
Okay.
So we are proceeding as normal right now.
All right. All right. And
Judge, it's our position that at least the New York indictment encompasses, arguably, based on its wording, everything that's alleged here. But obviously we don't have the discovery. But that indictment essentially says that R. Kelly, the brand, was a RICO enterprise from the start of his singing career to the present time. And under the RICO law, that would involve everything he's done as R. Kelly.
Just so the court knows, attached to my motion to increase bond is a copy of the indictments from New York, Chicago Federal Court, and from Minnesota, so the court will have all of the...
okay. All right. Okay. Well, here's my position. My position is that I have 4 indictments in front of me. The state has indicated that they're proceeding at the present time with the cases. We're going to proceed with discovery. We're going to proceed as if these other 2 matters are not pending right now, at least as far as preparing for trial, and we're going to proceed ahead. Okay? Unless the state comes in and tells me something differently, because obviously you control the matters as far as proceeding to trial. But as far as this court is concerned, we're going to get ready, and we're going to proceed as if we're going to go to trial.
That's fine, Judge. I think whether we go to trial is a question for far down the road.
It may be, but as of now, we're going to keep proceeding. Now, the other issue is this. The state has filed a motion to increase Mr. Kelly's bond. Mr. Kelly's not here. I'm going to enter and continue this. He has to be here. All right? First of all, there's due process issues that the court deals with regarding him, and he has to be here as far as those issues are concerned. I don't know what the issue is with the marshals as far as bringing him over here. He's in custody. We have sheriffs here. If there's any issue regarding, some inability to bring him here, they better come in and tell me what it is.
Judge, I'm not trying to be difficult, but whenever I've had someone who's in federal custody and has separate state charges, in the 30 years I've been doing this, there has never been a problem with waiving his appearance and the case proceeding as it should while we figure out what's going on with the federal charges. That's been the way it's been happening.
This motion regarding an increase in bond, I want him here for that.
That's fine. They didn't tell anyone about that. That just came up today.
I understand. They filed it today, and I'm going to give you time to respond to it. But my point is that on the next date, when I hear this motion, he's got to be here.
Judge, he's in custody, being, as they call it, detained on 2 separate federal cases. So I don't know that there's any point to that motion at this point in time. But if
Take a look at it.
that situation changes, then we'll file a written response to this motion.
All right. What else do we have today?
But I just wanted to tell the court that in preparing to have the defendant brought here today, I worked with the sheriff's office, and they were quite amenable, and there was no problem from their end to go get him and bring him here and provide the security that needed to be provided. I just wanted the court to know that.
Okay. All right.
I don't think we have anything further.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Judge.
All right. Then I'll enter and continue this motion to increase bond. Tell me what day you want to come back to be heard on that.
The state had suggested to me earlier the first week of November.
November?
I have nothing scheduled.
Wait, of November?
I don't know how far the court wants to
I don't
go.
want to go out that far. I want to go sometime in September, early, right after Labor Day. Look, just so everybody's clear on this, I'm not going to drag these cases out, okay? I understand there's 2 other matters pending, but as far as I'm concerned, these matters are in front of me. The state is proceeding. We're going to proceed as we would with any other case.
Judge, the case, at least one of the charges in the federal case here is the same as one of these state cases.
That's fine.
And I don't know how, with Mr. Kelly being under indictment federally and having certain rights that he has in respect to those trials, we can advance these cases and proceed in an expeditious fashion. I mean, I'm sorry they're not all talking to each other. That frankly is shocking to me. But I don't know how anyone can say that these cases should proceed given what I know about those cases already and what everyone knows about those cases already. Irrespective of what's going to happen with bond or whatever, the fact is that the cases are terribly intertwined, and these cases shouldn't proceed until those cases are resolved.
I just want to correct counsel. We have had numerous conversations with the federal prosecutors about their case, and we are absolutely in communication. The fact is, Mr. Kelly has committed crimes that violate state law, federal law, in multiple jurisdictions, and we are proceeding.
But the federal cases are predicated in part on violations of state law.
Right.
And that's part of the intertwining.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to proceed ahead with discovery, okay? As we go along, if you want to raise some issues regarding what you've just indicated to me, do it in the form of a motion, and we'll have a hearing on it, okay? But my point is this. At this particular point in the case, based upon the representations made by the state, we're proceeding ahead with these cases, okay? And I'm going to deal with the issue of the motion for the increase in bond. We'll deal with discovery issues as they come about, and any motions that you may want to prepare regarding these matters. But my point is this, that we're proceeding ahead, okay? I'm not going to continue the case out till November.
That was their suggestion.
No, I understand. I want this matter back before me right after Labor Day, and I'm probably going to have it back each month, okay? Just so we keep these cases moving.
September 3rd is fine for the state.
Judge, I have a federal trial that was supposed to go next week involving terroristic threats, so the judge continued it to September 3rd in light of the latest news cycles. So the soonest I would be available would be probably September 9 or 11.
If there's not out of town that week, could we go to the 16th?
The 17th is good, Judge. The 18th is good.
Actually, 16th isn't good?
That's the only day that week that I'm not.
Right. 17th? All right. I'm going to enter and continue the motion to increase bond to September 19th, and all the matters will be up.
September 17th?
I'm sorry, September 17th. And all the other discovery matters we can deal with on that day. Did you tender any discovery today, or?
Yes. So the State Attorney's Office investigators did quite a bit of work on this, and we tendered all of their discovery.
Okay, all right. Okay, and then we'll have Mr. Kelly here then on the 17th.
There's some other issue, Judge. I would ask if Ms. Gonzalez and I can come see you in the meantime about it.
Sure, sure, okay. All right, then, September 17th by agreement on all matters.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll be in recess.